What is up, everybody? Dan the fireman here, and we're gonna be talking about how motorcycle safety courses or classes made me a better driver. We're gonna be going over that and why I absolutely 100% recommend taking an MSF or motorcycle safety course wherever you're at.
Before we jump into this awesome video, we're going to be talking about our sponsor. Thank you, Mr. Announcer Man. Welcome everybody, Daniel here, and I want to talk to you about Progressive Moto Club because I'm a brand new spanking member! They wanted me to share my tips, tricks, and stories with them. So I am super excited. Yeah, boy! They're all about the community. They want real riders sharing their real stories. So let's swing on by Progressive on their Instagram, at ProgressiveMC. Link will be in the description. And let's share some stories. If there's people there that don't know what to do when it comes to motorcycle safety, we know. Let's go over there and share with them. Let's introduce them to the world of motorcycle safety. Let's merge communities here, right? Right? Let's do it, boys! On to the video.
Well, thank you, Dan the fireman, for explaining what the Moto Club's all about. Make sure you guys check it out. Anyways, let's jump into it. Number one, I don't know why it's not a tip video. This is more of a vlog. But anyways, I became more aware. Okay, like right now, I'm like scanning my horizons. I'm trying to find as many escape routes as I can. Honestly, I'm a lot like the Terminator, where you see in the videos, in the Terminator stuffs, and I don't want to post any of it because it's probably gonna get copyrighted, but like I'm constantly, like my eyeballs are constantly moving around and I'm like looking for escape routes. I'm looking for dangers too. So like all these roadway users, I'm looking for dangers. Hi! Hi! And I'm looking around. Oh, I want that van. I get distracted easily. But I'm looking around for all these different things and making sure that I'm absolutely safe. You know, I'm looking at my right. I know I have my mirrors right here, but I can tell there's this big old red truck with a trailer on it, green light, making sure everything is nice and clear. And if you guys have seen any of my live streams, you'll understand, like, I pick apart these motorcycle accidents and I make sure, you know what happened. I try to explain to you guys what happened, and that's with my trained eye, because my trained eye came from multiple classes I took. Oh man, see, once again, I got this construction vehicle pulling out, escape route, possible dangers. Anyways, if you guys know me, I've taken multiple classes. I've taken multiple beginner classes. I've taken multiple beginner BRC2 classes. I've taken multiple advanced classes. And I became an MSF rider coach based on the fact that I wanted to learn more. Not because I wanted to coach all the time. That wasn't why. But to me, it was another class to learn from, and I learned a ton. It actually helped out quite a bit. So I'm able to find escape routes and find all these different things. Like in this area, all these cones are freaking me out. There's not a lot to escape to the left or right. I'm trying my best to keep an open path in front of me. That's why I'm off here in lane position 3. And if I had to escape, I can swerve across through these cones onto this nice road. So right here, though, it's a little freaky. So anyways, that's what made me a better driver, because I apply the same stuff when it comes to driving a car. I try not to follow very close. I try to have an escape path. It's a little bit harder. It's hard to swerve and make it through these cones in a car, but it's possible. And then you start to realize, you know what? I can hit things with a car if I have to. I'll hit these cones. With a bike, not so much. So you have to start playing different roles. You know, you're getting better at one thing, but you're also getting better at another thing. It's like a cross-training type thing. And that's what motorcycle classes really did for me. It opened my eyes, made me more aware. It changed my behavior while on the road, and that's super important to become a safe rider. But the days that you don't want to ride and the days you want to just drive, you become an even safer driver. So now I'm going to tell you guys something that I learned before I took motorcycle classes, but a lot of it applies to the same, because I found a lot of parallels and similarities between the MSF courses that I took over at Ride Arizona MTC. Hey, speaking of which, I can coach you there if you guys want to sign up in the state of Arizona. Boom, boom, boom. Phoenix, Casa Grande, Marana, Tucson. Yeah, boy, Sierra Vista. Anyways, when I was a firefighter, we had to go through what is called IAPD, International Association for Professional Drivers, I believe. I can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they don't do that anymore. Anyways, We had to do ambulance training. We had to train with driving the fire truck, and those things are massive. The fire trucks anyways, they're massive, and you have to learn how to drive properly. You have to learn how to shuffle shift or shuffle steer. You have to learn all these different things, checking your mirrors, all these crazy things, keeping an eye out, 20 seconds ahead. And then with an ambulance, you also had to do the same thing. You learn how to back up very well, in tight spots. You learn the dimensions of your vehicle. So I had a lot of training. I honestly had a lot of training. And then I had a lot of experience while driving an ambulance through town, going the legal, doing the legal speed. I believe 10 over is the most you could do in an ambulance or in an emergency vehicle in the state of Arizona. So anyways, but you also have to pay attention to crazy drivers. People do not see you when you're driving an ambulance. And that is why I talk about, visibility and your horn and your sirens. You can outrun them easily on the interstate. That's why I say loud pipes don't really save lives. That's why I say, only use your horn in specific situations like this where, we're going slow and they could possibly hear you, but the best bet you could possibly do is to get the skills to swerve, brake, all those different things. All right, we're about to get on the interstate, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. I'll be screaming into the mic and lose my voice. But yeah, I became a way more defensive driver because of that in my own personal vehicle. I was able to learn how to be super defensive, but I had the skills and training to be aggressive if I need to. So if a car pulled out in front of me and I had a patient in the back, I was being super defensive because you don't want it bumpy for the patient in the back. So I was being defensive on turns, merging with traffic. But if somebody wanted to cut me off, my job was to protect the paramedic in the back and the patient in the back. For me, it didn't matter. If it mattered for me to get hit and they survived, that was my job. So what I did was I made sure that I had the skills to evade any dangers, to find my escape routes, to do this and that. And guess what you do in a motorcycle safety course? You learn how to ride defensively. You understand why you need to be riding defensively, and that in turn means, finding escape paths, finding all, everything. If the car's coming in your lane, know how to, evade that. And then you learn the skills to evade it, to know how to swerve into that escape path, to know how to apply the brakes appropriately. All those things will make you a better driver and will make you a better rider. And I learned a lot of that as an ambulance driver, my own personal experience, but once again, when I joined all these classes, it really stuck it into me. It really applied to what I was doing out on the road. Because a lot of it, once again, is similar. Learn how to brake really good and learn how to swerve in an ambulance can translate to a motorcycle, but not all the way. Motorcycle has 2 wheels. Ambulance is usually like 6 wheels, just a lot heavier, a lot bigger. So taking a class really helped out with that. And it really reinformed me. What did I say? Anyways, it refreshed me. It really refreshed what I was doing. So if you want to be a better driver, because you'll learn threshold braking, you'll learn how to find escape paths and how to evade, that's very important. That's very important. You're going to learn that for your bike and you're going to learn it for your car. And that kind of jumps into the next point, is that who here has seen those commercials for cars? You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones where the professional driver on a closed course in a freaking Honda Civic is like doing drifting and like doing like crazy emergency braking and all this crazy stuff. Professional driver, sure. Closed course, sure. But when I see that, I'm thinking to myself, I get scared to apply the brakes or turn a little sharp in my car, and this dude is doing crazy stuff. To me, that is trust in the car. That is trusting your vehicle, trusting your car. And you start to learn that in the motorcycle classes. You start to trust your bike. You start to trust the tires. You start to trust your skills. You start to, you take the beginner class, you learn everything. So you start trusting all the controls, the clutch and the brake and all that stuff. And then you go to the advanced class where you bring your own bike. You start to trust your bike. Start doing that with your car. Start trusting your car tires. Start trusting these things. Start applying what you learned in one area to the next area. And that is how you become a better driver. That is how you become a better person, a better rider, a better chef, a better moto vlogger, whatever it is. You learn something from a different system. You learn something. Like for me, I watch video game, YouTube videos, and I watch them how they edit. I watch how they edit and how do they keep people's attention, how it's entertaining for me. How can I apply that to my videos? How can I apply that here? So when I take a motorcycle course, how do I apply that to what else do I drive? I drive a car. How do I apply the stuff I just learned in the motorcycle course to my car driving? That is you guys have to do that. You have to do that. You can't take multiple classes for very specific things and specialize in those things when life is not a specialty. Life is a generalized area of what it is you do. If you become a better cook, apply those principles to being a better at doing laundry or picking up and cleaning the house. Just stuff like that. It's very important. I don't want to preach about it, but you know what? As a motorcycle coach, if you're not having fun doing this, if you're not having fun riding, you're not going to learn. It's one of those things. It's like if you're not having fun riding, you're not comfortable riding, you're not going to learn the principles and everything that is needed. So what we do out here at Ride Arizona MTC is we teach, we coach, and we have fun, okay? With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and honestly have a good day. Honestly have a good day. If you're having a tough day, you're having trouble, whoa, there's a bag right there. If you're having trouble, if anything's bothering you throughout the day, open up about it. There's people that will listen. There's people on the Discord that will listen. And I just want to make sure you guys are okay. Alright? That's the main thing. Are you okay? Alright. Alright, I'll see you guys later.